guys, today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at this new Nokia 701 smartphone. This runs on Nokia Belle, formerly known as Symbian Belle. This device has a 1 GHz processor and NFC, and Nokia touts this device as having the world's brightest display in the smartphone category. So we're going to look at that, and let's look at what comes inside the box, and then look at the device itself. First and foremost in the box is the Nokia 701. Now this device, the box is a review box, so of course we have only limited things in here. The standard Nokia earphones, you do have an online microphone along with a push button, and you do have stereo speakers on this. The other thing in the box is a micro USB to USB cable, which is used for data syncing as well as charging the device. So a secondary charger, because your proprietary charger is the Nokia thin pin charger with the Indian plug on the other side. This is a collapsible charger, so it becomes fairly thin for carrying around, but you can expand it, put it in your plug. So these are the three things that we got, but you'll also get documentation, warranty certificates and all those things. So without further ado, let's quickly take a look at the Nokia 701 itself. So on the front of the device is a 3.5-inch 360 by 640 clear black display. This is touted as the world's brightest, or one of the world's brightest displays. Below the display are three hardware buttons: the send button, the end button and the menu home button. On the top over here is a front-facing VGA camera along with a bunch of sensors, proximity sensor, ambient light sensor. You have the earpiece behind this plastic cover over here. On the right hand side is a dedicated camera key. You do have the Nokia lock and unlock button over here. You do have volume rockers along with center voice feature button. Demonstrate that when we turn on the device. Of course, you have the power button on the top over here, along with a 3.5mm headphone jack and a micro USB port, which is behind a door, which is really difficult to pull out. So I'm going to be using my knife to do that. So this is your micro USB port for data connectivity, more or less, because for charging on the left hand side is the proprietary pin charger for Nokia. On the bottom here is a lanyard connection point to connect your charms or your lanyards, and just below the buttons over here, I don't know if you guys can see that, is a small tiny microphone hole. On the back here is an 8 megapixel fixed focus camera that does do 720p video at 30 frames per second. You do have dual LED flash. Pulling down on the back button over here will release the metallic backplate to reveal the SIM card slot over here. The battery compartment. The battery is a belle 5K 3.7 volt, and the size of the battery is 1300 milliampere hours. On the inside of the battery compartment is the micro SD card slot, and this supports up to 32 GB of micro SD cards. The device feels really heavy in the hand, and it weighs in at about 138 grams, fairly heavy, but it feels really well built, and the overall construction of the device feels really nice and metallic. You do have a metallic bezel over here and the metallic backplate. The rest of the body construction is plastic, so that is fairly good, and the device feels really solid in the hand. Let's quickly power it on and look at the Symbian Belle. Look at Nokia Belle on the Nokia 701. So while the device powers on, let's talk about the internals. You do have a 1 GHz processor, and we do have a hardware graphics accelerator with OpenGL and OpenVG. I'm just going to quickly skip through the settings and quickly get into the main screen. So this device does have 8 GB of storage, 1 GB of ROM and 512 MB of RAM, and the display, which is the brightest display in the world apparently, is also a clear black display and has a pixel density of 210 pixels per inch. So this is Nokia Belle OS. It's becoming more and more like Android every day. You do have almost identical to Android features on this. So you do have custom dashboards, and you can scroll left or right in your dashboards. You can add widgets, icons and folders onto your dashboards to customize them. You can also move your widgets around into empty spaces. remove them if you don't need them, and play around with the interface. You can also set wallpapers for your background, delete the entire panel, or add more panels onto your main dashboard. That's absolutely brilliant. You also have an Android-esque notification panel over here that lets you quickly turn on mobile data, Bluetooth, silence the device, also turn on or off Wi-Fi. You also get notifications like this device already has an update available, and it also gives you indications of what is available and what is unavailable, your missed calls, your messages. All those things come up in this Android style notification panel. So pretty convenient. This voice button that I was talking about will enable voice commands. So you get Nokia style voice commands over here. You can do things like search the internet, send messages, and dial numbers. So on the bottom of the display over here, you will see a very dynamic taskbar. This taskbar has software buttons, and these buttons will change as per the panel or the application you're in, which is a very cool feature. We believe the buttons become useful in that particular application or panel, and I'm going to demonstrate that right now. For example, right now we have the application drawer button, which is this one over here, the phone dialer button, which quickly brings up the Nokia dialer, and as you can see it's already changed, but I'll come back into the main screen, and you have the menu button, which is over here. So for example, if you go into the dialer, it changes into this set of buttons, which is the back button, your call log, your contacts, and the menu button as standard. And if we go into the applications, it changes into this as well. So a very dynamic taskbar or status bar, or whatever you may like to call this, a button bar at the bottom, and it changes as per the application or the panel you're in. Really convenient, and we feel that Nokia has done a great job with this. Now this device does have kinetic scrolling. It's really very smooth operating system from Nokia, which is quite surprising because Nokia OSs have really been jittery and laggy in the past. But Nokia has done a great job with Belle, and it seems really smooth, especially on the 701. You do get a slight vibration when your kinetic scrolling reaches the end of the page, which is really cool feature, I believe. So this is your whole application drawer, and in this you can see that icons are laid out in the grid fashion. You can of course change this and list the applications like that, and you can further edit this and arrange your applications in the order that you would like to. So you can quickly pick up applications and move them around, which is fairly easy to customize. And then you can save that customization. You can also add folders and arrange them in alphabetical order from A to Z, which can also turn out to be helpful for people. You can obviously, of course, search for applications that you want. So that will search for that application. So a very cool application drawer from Nokia as well, with a lot of customizations. You can obviously bring out your applications to the main screen by simply holding them down and choosing to move them to the home screen. So it will quickly add the icon of the application to the home screen. You can also add folders to the home screen, but you can't do that from here directly. To do that, you'll have to jump into the application drawer, create a folder over here, and then add it to the home screen. Is what the limitation of folders is, but for everything else you can directly add by tapping on the home screen or pressing the menu button on the bottom right. So quickly jumping into the web browser, I'm going to also quickly jump to iGyaan.in. So it should load up the website in the mobile mode without any issues, and you'll see that the browser is fairly smooth, especially navigating through websites which are designed for mobile phones. So as you can see, it's loaded up the full website. It has some issues loading up initial images in the mobile mode, so we don't see a lot of images happening over here. That's because the phone does not render images properly in the mobile mode. I'm just going to quickly shift to the full website right now, and I'm also going to switch to landscape view. You can see that the switch is almost seamless from portrait to landscape. Pretty good. In the full website mode, you will see that it loads up full websites without any issues, and text and images load up pretty well, and text is pretty crisp. You can also pinch and zoom in, which is a little buggy, not as smooth as you see on Android phones these days. On the iPhone it's pretty smooth. With this it does have issues, but it is something that Nokia is trying. Double tap to zoom in does not work on this, so you do have to go in using both your fingers. So there is a limited usability of full websites, and you can't zoom all the way out. So due to the resolution, I think, but you can't zoom all the way out, so you do have to pan in the width of the website. Scrolling and panning is pretty smooth, just the zoom bit is a bit buggy, we feel, and it's not as good as Nokia can actually make it. Text seems really crisp, and font looks really nice on the device. So quickly jumping into the YouTube application, which is actually a browser link for YouTube on the browser. So we're going to quickly go in the search bar, search for our videos, and load up the most recent video, one of the most recent videos, the Samsung Galaxy W unboxing, high definition, and we're going to increase the volume to maximum. So if I pause the video over here, you will see that there is a frame around it, kind of changes the whole layout. You can of course switch to full screen, and then it kind of breaks the video, but it does switch to full screen, and if you have a high resolution video like we're playing in high quality, it should look pretty decent on this device. Sound quality is absolutely brilliant, and I'm just going to play this video so that you can have a look at how it plays.
Device, highly publicized, highly advertised, Omnia W. You'll be seeing a lot of ads about this all over the place.
So that's how video looks on the Nokia 701. Coming back into the home screen, this device seems like a great option for those who are not quite ready for Android and are still really happy with their Nokia devices but want an upgrade. So this device actually adds a lot of features for you, and actually is becoming more and more like Android, yet it retains the simple user interface of Nokia. It does come with a lot of more applications nowadays, so you do get apps like Shazam and Vlingo, which is a voice app pre-installed on this. You of course have the OV store, which lets you download a lot more applications from their marketplace, which is the Nokia marketplace, which has a lot of applications nowadays, so you can get really good quality games as well, including Angry Birds and Asphalt 5, which are available for Nokia as well. So I'm just going to quickly play Angry Birds and show you that it looks great on this device. So you do get a lot of games that work pretty well on this. So it's a great device from Nokia, and a really well built phone, we believe, because if you just look at the build quality, it's really solid, and it's a great size, a 3.5 inch screen. An excellent size for the device. It fits really well in the hand. The build quality is almost like E-series phones from Nokia. So really great size and a very well built phone from Nokia. We kind of really like it in that aspect. And if you're not quite ready for the different smartphone operating systems available, Windows Phone, Android, and especially iOS, you can stick on with the Nokia Belle, which does most of the features that those devices do, and saves you the problem of actually getting into big details, getting into a lot more fuss. So there you go guys, this was a quick unboxing and quick review of the new Nokia 701 Nokia Belle operating system based smartphone from Nokia. Too many Nokias in that sentence. I hope you guys liked it, and if you want a full review of this device, leave a comment below, and we'll give you a full review of this device as well. For more unboxing videos, reviews, and tutorials, log on to iGyaan.in. If you have any questions or queries about this product, you can log on to our forums, igyaanforum.com. Leave your questions over there. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. You can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Google+. The links to those are at the end of this video or in the description below. For iGyaan.in, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Checking out the Nokia 701. We of course have the Nokia Lumia series coming up next, so stay tuned for that.